If you hadn't heard, I'm very proud of your progress. I honor you for deciding to keep going. I understand that sometimes you put things down just to pick them back up. And sometimes you go through repeated cycles, and yet you are still determined and you know that things will change. It's not that you don't have faith or you don't believe that your situation can change, because you still keep going. That's resilience and persistence. And I want to honor you. I want to thank you so much for pouring into yourself, for not giving up. Because when we say trust the process, guess what? The process is life itself. As long as you have breath in your body, as long as you get up every day and you aim to be better than what you were yesterday, to take the things that you have gone through and to make them as stairs and not carry them as weights, you're doing it. If you catch yourself saying something negative to yourself and then you're quick to be like, hey, look, that ain't what we doing here, right? Because you have to make sure you fight even internally for yourself, and then also love within yourself. We hear all the neuroscience and the different things about how the mind wants to protect you, and the conscious mind is used to habits and it likes patterns and do these things subconsciously. Yes, I get it all. I understand it all. I 100% understand what you feel like. You keep pushing, and they say, oh, God gives his strongest soldiers the battles. Well, we all are going through some level of battle, especially in these times. But it's not a repeated thing that they've been saying for almost all of our lives. And when you go back and watch old things and they say, we are in these times. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's just life. The way that you can perceive life, the way that you can show up for yourself in life, right? They say, oh, money doesn't buy you happiness. And some people that need it are like, well, as long as I ain't got to worry about my bills. And then you have people that's like, oh, I remember back in those days I used to do that. Yet, even people with money have, not everyone, just some people are still searching for something that makes them feel alive, feel loved, feel heard, feel appreciated. And I totally get it. Everyone needs to have that feel, that understanding, that what is that thing that I'm looking for, their dharma, their purpose. Well, just, I say honor what's in your heart and recognize it on all the levels that it shows up, right? Like, if you love cooking, being able to find ways to cook, right? Whether it's spoken word, whether it's like actual baking or making things for your family or getting in a position or a job that allows you. And even if you hit a bump in the road and you think that you can do something and then all of a sudden it doesn't go the way that you planned, well, you have to surrender the outcome and you have to surrender to the process, which is you kind of surrendering to life. It's like understanding that this is what it is. And it's up to me to make the most out of it. It's up to me to enjoy it. It's up to me if I need motivation. And for me right now, the motivation isn't telling me something that I'm not doing. You're not getting up every day. You're not moving your feet. You're not doing that. No, that's not the motivation that I need. I just clearly just want to say to myself and to you, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of all the things that you have allowed for yourself to continually to go. I give you permission to put down the weights and make stairs. I understand that you may have been bullied, you may have been abused, you may have been talked about, you may have had horrible things said to you, it may have made you want to cry. Made you want to just say, fuck it all. I don't want to do this anymore. I get it. I understand all of those feelings. I just came to realize it's really about perspective. And just asking myself and constantly just reflecting. How do you feel about that, Amanda? What do you need, Amanda? How would you like to do that? And being intertwined with the world around me, right? And understanding that the rain will fall, the sun will come up. The only thing that truly matters is just, how do I feel about me? Am I happy with me? Am I doing things? It's not even about, I'm a reformed people pleaser, because I learned even when you please people, well, if you think that you are, somehow you never do. Ever. They will think about you the way that they want to think about you. They're going to treat you the way that they want to treat you. But the question is, how are you treating you? How are you loving up on you? How are you putting yourself in environments where people are like-minded, where you can enjoy their company, where they can understand you and all these things? And I get when people are like, I was the black sheep of the family and nobody understood me. And that's a very true statement for quite a few people. It's not for me. And I get in spaces and I'm always all like, I don't know why I feel emotional saying this, but it's like, my family loves me. Even when they don't understand me. Even when they crack jokes about like me doing certain things. I remember that I had set in my mind that I was going to get a softball scholarship and that was going to be it. My dad wasn't going to have to pay for me to go to school. I was going to do that. And so I spent a lot of time in the softball environment, you know, doing the workouts, doing my running, practicing, then turn around practicing after practice, and then going home and then practicing on my own. And my family used to be like, you know, cracking all types of jokes about me and softball, and I would just laugh about it. Sometimes it irritated me, but I knew what I needed, right? And then just life, more things stacked on, and by the way, I did get that full scholarship, by the way. And I mean, till now, they were still, when we think back about it, they be like, girl, you was serious about that. But I had to be, right? Like, for me, because I had a goal and it was what I wanted to do, and I actually enjoyed it. Like, I really did. And I enjoyed the people that I was interacting with and had different experiences and different things. But here's the crazy part about it, what most people would have never known, is the backstory of what was happening in my own just internal life of just how I felt about myself. It was just weird. Just, I don't even want to go into my backstory of like my personal life, because everything that I went through helped me to be the person that I am. The people that were in it, they played their roles for me in what I needed to be. Because that is how the universe orchestrated different things. And I know who all loves me. I know who loves me but have their own limitations on how they can express stuff. This persona of all these different things, when I think about spirituality, is just the relationship that ones have with their self, with the environment around them, how they feel and how they... Do you feel that way? Like, I used to walk around and think I was the only person that can hear these things in my head, and I remember going to church and different things and asking particular questions, and people would be like, nah. Well, I didn't ask that. It would just always be reference to go back to the Bible, go back and read. And I remember reading my children's Bible back and front, reading the regular Bible back and front. And the crazy thing is that a lot of stuff, I couldn't tell you what I read. Like, I can paraphrase, I can make reference, but like to a T, it just seems like as much as I was indulging in it that I should have. And I know people will be like, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. I just came to the realization that it's a superpower of mine, that some stuff isn't meant for me to hold on to or to be like boggled down with it. That's what makes me even a coach, or just a spiritual, just interacting and helping people to gain new perspectives, right? Like, you come talk to me and we'll have this very indulging, nurturing, and I'm involved, I'm in tune, I'm listening. And the moment that it's over, it starts to fade. Just like I watched this rainbow. I came to go work out and there was this very strong rainbow that was over it. And over time, it just started fading. It just started fading. And it was no longer there. And I'm like, oh man, that was crazy. I took the pictures. Like, I have pictures of when it first was there, and then even glimpse as it faded away. But that's just, it made me realize to myself, like, that's kind of, we here, it's beautiful. Here for a good time, not here for a long time type of thing. And I just, yeah. And you know, I've been on a particular new cycle of things, and I know that I'm entering into a new cycle of things with this awareness that I have, right? Like, I was in a particular state where I felt, well, I want to say it's been a solid 5 years of uphill, but it also was not a high hill. It was like I was in the valley and I went up some, and then I like crossed over, and then I like went up some, and then I like crossed over, like that type of ordeal. So it wasn't just a steady tread thing. It was just like some plateaus and some learning, some plateaus and some learning, and like going. And so I know now that I'm like, whoo, okay, conscious wise, I'm up there. I hear it differently. I feel about it differently. I'm about that life. I say all that to say, just everybody that you come across, they have their own turmoil or their own joy and their own things, their own journey, their own life that they're going through. Everybody is here for a season, for a reason that enters, because people are a reflection of you. It again, it's there for you to learn, for you to grow and do something with. And even when you feel like you just stuck, you really don't be stuck. It's like you be figuring things out, and our emotions, and finding the balance of subconscious, conscious, spirit, world, right? It's like a consistency, happy, sad, right? One day you feeling on top of the world, and the next minute you wake up and it feels like the weight of the world have come down on you. One minute you're walking by sight, next minute you're walking by faith, right? And then it's a constant check. That's why I said life is the process. And when you fully have served the purpose and the dharma that you are truly meant to have and accept, it's time to transition to something new. I mean, and even when I think about, even when I think about like transitions, right? Death and all of that. And it's, I came to realize that I'm going to be sad on a human level. On a human level, seeing somebody that you love or being a part of experiences, jobs, whatever, because all of it's relationships, and when it ends, it's like a death to that particular moment, right? And it's done. And it's like you don't want that to be the case, but like any job or individual that's within your life that transitions onto another thing, their essence, their energy, their presence is still somewhat there, because it's through like your memories, or not just your memories. It's like how you carry yourself. You now know what you know, so you can do what you need to do with what you know now. But had that moment not happened for you to understand that, regardless if you label it joyful or sad, it had to happen for a particular reason, so you can get to the point where even now, like, I'm sitting here talking to you because of all the things that I've gone through. And if I had not gone through those things, if I have not experienced those things, then I wouldn't be right here in front of you. I'll be doing something else, because something else would have been prompt in me to be and do. And even with this whole everything that's happening within this world, regardless of political environment, all of it, it's like cycles ending, transitions happening to allow for new things like technology and AI. It's like you can't be Blockbuster, but you can be Netflix, right? Like I hate to use that analogy, but it's so many places that if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it doesn't mean that it couldn't improve, it couldn't evolve, right? It's just the thoughts that's just on my mind today. And like, even talking to my clients and even listening, like, because sometimes I have a hard time even realizing that I am a really amazing coach. That I've had this key. I would tell people all day, all my life, I've been a coach. All my life, I've been a person that has shown up and allowed for people just talk to me. And I learned early on that I had the gift of exhortation, which is the ability to be able to make someone feel heard and felt, right? And to even know that, but then go through spouts of feeling like, well, business isn't quite the way that I would like it to be. Does that make me like a bad coach or anything of that nature? No, it doesn't. It makes me human. It makes me go through a process. It makes me be gracious of being able to have this particular superpower. It makes me very intrigued and nurturing when I deal with my clients and I hear what they have to say, because I can understand it to a level, right? And then I get something even from them. And yeah, like to hear like the thank yous, and if you didn't give me this perspective. And it's interesting because it's like, as I'm saying it to them, I'm like, I'm giving myself that perspective, right? And when they tell you, oh, be delusional and embody this thing and this feeling that you have, and sometimes it's hard because when you in fog, you can see everything around you seems foggy, right? But in the middle of it, like a hurricane, in the middle of the eye, it seems like nothing's moving. It seems like you're alone. It seems like the most peaceful thing that you can have, but yet there's stuff brewing all around you, right? Or things that it's in the fog, it's on things that you have not discovered because you haven't gone down that path and done that thing. Like, if only you had a perspective. me and my sisters, we were just recently, watching the Stephen King different things, which made us watch other Stephen King movies. And one of them that we decided to watch was The Mist. And in The Mist, it was all this craziness. Yet some people were able to get through that mist and be unscarred, but we don't know the journey that they took. And then this is a spoiler alert if you've never seen it, my bad. Even the decision, I'll do my best when not spoiling it too much, but even the decision that they decided to make in the end of it all, it's even like we were talking, like, you be so close to being out of it and you don't know, and then you make this decision. And it's easy to say on the outside looking in, oh, I would have just waited a little bit longer, or I would have not had been so quick in making that decision. Like, it's easy to say, but when you in the midst, like in your own life, and you're going through stuff and you feeling a type of way and you're trying to keep the faith, but stuff just keeps burning you down and making you feel some kind of way. It's like, what do I do with that, right? Yet it's like, just a little bit closer, I can make it. And I will. And we all will. And our purposes and reasons why we are the way that we are is going to give life and purpose to new things to come and to follow. And to take and capitalize on the moments that just brought up within us to be courageous and be bold and to go after particular things that we're desiring in our life. Yeah. Trust the process. It's just trusting life. And you got to trust yourself, because everyone is looking out for themselves. And I don't mean that in a negative way at all. It's just, if you don't do what feels right, if you don't grab that ounce of joy within you, you can create the dis-ease in your life, the depressions in your life, the darkness in your life. And then some people really do live in the darkness. And that's where they thrive. That's what they like. Right? Because life is just balance. It's a give and take. It's a nurture and a ignore. Right? And we're all just trying to figure out this thing. So I just encourage you, don't be down on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. The biggest thing is that you have a perspective of that you're moving forward, right? And the moment that you decide that you no longer want to move forward, the moment that you say, I have enough what I need to have, this is just it. All those things is the moment that you technically no longer live. So you die within, and it creates something in you that you just doesn't serve you. You have to look at it. If you want to be, like, again, if you want to be a cook, just cook for people. Opportunities will eventually show up. Being your authentic self is one of the biggest superpowers that you can possibly have. And just because other people don't get it, don't mean other people won't. The people that don't get it, the people that have the limitations, you can be there to inspire them and to help them to grow by you living out your life, as well as they are fine-tuning you to gain the clarity of what it is that you want. And I know for myself, I went through a long time of allowing for other people to tell me about me. And it got confused and muddled in with who I wanted to be and who I knew that I was. And then that created this big these things of like, I doubted myself and I didn't know, and I was like questioning everything about myself, and I was confused on how to handle myself. And so, yeah, I just encourage you, because I'm in a much better place. Like I said, I'm a reformed people pleaser, and I'm a Libra. I'm a reformed people pleaser. And even seeing that, because there's a low vibration frequency of things and there's a high vibration frequency of things. And depending on how you decide, you could tell the size of any sign. And then not just that, but we are all the signs and all the stars and all the asteroids. Like, we're the universe in one. But then we interact with each other, right? We interact with each other, and different things is created and brought up out of something. And so somebody else is your Mercury retrograde or your Saturn retrograde, or getting close, that someone is your Venus, someone is your Mars, and someone is, the Virgo, but they are also a reflection of you and how they show up for you. And again, I mean, it's all about like refining and finding that balance, that ease, that flow. Because, I mean, let's be real, the universe itself has continuously and always evolved in some way, shape, way, or form. Right? This earth that we lived on started off as something, and here we are. Like, it's consistently, no matter the speed of it, it is consistently even curious within itself of prompting energies, right? And the planets have their own signatures to them, and decided to give us that energy into one, which I guess that's even the reason why the earth was even created, out of curiosity of being able, if we infuse all of this into one spot, I wonder what would happen. And then that grew. So if we put more energies down there, what would that end up being? And those things just keep going. And then it's creating something entirely new and awesome, and something to just relish in. Like, stop and just look at things. Don't name the tree as a tree, just observe the tree. Don't name the flowers as flowers, the birds as birds, the rain as rain. Just be. Don't even say anything. Like, just be. Yeah, I was just thinking that. And I like that perspective. Because I have, as anybody, I'm human. I have my good days and I have my bad days. But my joy, I find joy in helping others. And I found the way in how to do that without being a people pleaser. It's allowing for myself to just be who I am, and then being honest to them of what I hear. Like, effective communication. What I heard you say is being that soundboard, allowing for them to see that perspective, trusting the energy, the spirit that I have in me, because we're talking, we're connecting, and it's coming up. I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it differently, right? And my father passed, but I still feel his presence, because like I said, even when things are gone, their presence become bigger around you, because it goes back into the energy. But the frequency that you are and the level of who they need to be for you now, even my cat Gizmo, I think about all that. I see versions and different things of all of it, and get the nudges and the understanding, and even, just these religions and these deities and different things. It's like certain stuff is right for you, but I cannot say that it's right for everybody, because life doesn't have one note. It has multiple. And that's the part that we need to like hone in on. Like, be yourself, love yourself. And even if you feel like you got a problem with someone, like, I've had spots of being like jealous or angry or something at somebody, And I've really gone to a point where I've had to ask myself, why are you feeling like that? What is it that you are needing or wanting to know? And I just started asking people like, hey, where did you get that from? Or what made you do that? Or what inspired you? That's what the documentaries and different things are for, and getting and doing things out of your comfort zone or stuff that you normally wouldn't do, because it helps you expand your mind and see new perspectives and just grow, because it's just a curiosity in you, right? And it, again, it can be, even if you're feeling iffy with yourself, you could just be mad at yourself that you didn't go that route. Not that that person is horrible, but maybe it was an idea that you see that they're doing, or the way that they're doing it, and you have a deep desire to do it for yourself. So in it feels, you get angry inside, and it's like, ah. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. And it's not like, you don't have to be envious or mad or upset at anyone, right? You just come to an understanding that, oh, I'm a little bit upset. I'm not upset at them. I'm not mad at them. It's on me, because I haven't kept a promise to myself and did something that I wanted to do. Or I'm a little bit scared to be able to do it. I'm glad them doing it. Like, I don't have to be jealous of them doing it. I can be inspired. But again, it's about perspective. How are you choosing to show up for you and feel about you? So I just want to share that. That's just what's on my mind. It definitely was longer than I thought that I would be on here or anything. So yeah. Thank you for, if you made it to the end of this video. I just want to say, yes, I am a life coach. I specialize in like Reiki, sound healing, sound baths, tuning forks, ready tuning forks, NLP, hypnosis, meditations, and just flat out conversations, right? I use all those in some type of way. So if something sticks out to you, you're eager, my website is pandaoasis.me. And because you stayed to the end of this video, this is still 2025 when you are watching this video, I do have a code that you can use. It's Elevate20, and you'll get 20% off any of my services, any of them, until the end of the year. That is for you, a gift to you, for being here with me and listening to this long conversation I just had with myself. So thank you. I appreciate you. And again, I honor you. I love you. And everything that you want, believe that you can have it. You are worthy of it. Go through the journey. Go through life. Keep pushing forward. You got this. Just change your perspective. Keep changing it until you see what you need to see. Ashe.